Last week, we talked a lot about not getting lost in experience. Um, and I won't go over that now. You can look at those if you'd like. Um, One of the ways that the Buddha talked about not getting lost in experience is, he talked about many ways, but one of the main ways was to find a different object for the mind. So if challenging things are coming up in the mind, especially internally, but it could even be externally, is to literally just basically change the channel, put the mind on a different object. And one of the ways that we do that is through cultivating our meditation practice and cultivating our relationship with the meditation object, so that that relationship becomes very easy. It's an object that the attention can very easily come to rest with. Kind of like there's a well-worn path in the mind to that object or a groove, and it can just go down that groove very easily and come to rest on the object. And I want to just circle back all the way back to our first posts and why really we started doing these, which was because of the pandemic that had just kind of blossomed and taken over our lives. And that's still going on, right? We are not in control of it. It's still going on, especially in this country. But also the other really challenging things that are happening for us. And I've talked about these before. The climate change and the climate crisis. That's still happening. And the social unrest, the political unrest, the intense economic suffering that's happening. Like these 5 huge things, huge difficult things that are happening. And we are affected by it. We have these hearts and minds, the chitta, the heart mind that is resonant. It resonates with it. It's affected by all sorts of things. Whether we like it or not, or whether we want to or not. We can say, "Oh, it doesn't bother me," but the truth is, we are affected. Just that's who we are as beings. And all this stuff is still happening, and we're still being affected. And so this ability to, at times when it warrants it or when it's needed, to be able to basically take the attention, take the mind, and put it somewhere else is a really, really helpful thing. Letting the mind come to rest someplace where literally it can take a break and take a rest from the tumult that's happening in our world, and to not get lost in that tumult. This is not an escape. This is not a running away. This doesn't mean that we don't engage in social activism, doesn't mean we don't engage in working on the climate, et cetera, et cetera. What it means is that this chitta, this heart mind, just like the body, needs to rest. It needs a break from the tumult. It can't continually be embroiled. It has to rest. It needs to rest. And then from that place of rest, then we can move forward in the world in the ways and in the arenas that seem important to us. Okay, so let's do some of the practice where we cultivate this ability to turn the attention to a different object, or the object of our choosing. Go ahead and come into the position you want to meditate in. Whatever position that is, see if it embodies some alertness, mostly the back rising up. Letting the eyes gently come to close. That's how you meditate. And taking a few moments now just to bring some attention to the face, the eyes, softening the area around the eyes, making sure that the area kind of in the forehead or between the eyes is soft. The rest of the muscles of the face relax. Jaw slack. This is a very important area as it can tense up and does tense up quite a bit. And you can return your attention to this, to the face, eyes, frequently during the sitting check. And so the sense of letting the attention drop and settle, letting the shoulders drop, letting the belly drop, the sense of the body coming to rest. And as we're aware of this process, very naturally the attention starts to get drawn to the body, which is, of course, our meditation object. Not a thought about the body or an image of the body, but a direct physical experience of the body. You can feel where the body is in contact with something. The chair, the floor, cushion. And we consciously notice what sensations we feel at these contact points. We begin to have this somatic experience of our body. It could be where your hands are touching. We don't have to try hard or bear down with our attention. To simply have the intention that we feel our body, and for right now at these contact points. These are the gross bodily sensations that we can feel at these contact points. Could be like pressure, hardness, softness. If we were to speak in the language of elements, it would be mostly the earth element, this density aspect of the body. And then widening the attention and bringing it out into parts of the body that aren't in contact with something. Maybe the limbs, torso, maybe the head. And seeing if we notice any sensations in these parts of the body. Maybe we do, maybe we don't. It's just noticing. Again, not bearing down with our attention, keeping it wide and soft. Also feeling the body soft and wide and open. And we notice what sensations we might feel kind of throughout the whole body. And we include the parts of the body that aren't touching something. And perhaps we begin to feel the body in a more fine-grained way. The tingling, the vibrating, the buzzing, gentle whooshing of energy, pulsing. Keep the attention wide and open and start to connect with the body as a field of sensations rather than a solid form with distinct edges. Tuning into the body more in an energetic way. A field of tiny, sparkling sensations, quickly, very quickly coming in and out of existence. As we train ourselves to be able to put the attention on an object and have it rest there. Place where the chitta, the heart mind, can rest. Now, as the attention is with the field of changing sensations, you might begin to notice a pattern of sensations which correspond with the body breathing. We don't have to turn our attention away from this field or experience something different than this field to connect somatically with the breath. It's part of this field. And it can be known within this field of sensations. And we let the rhythm of the in and out breathing, let that naturally deepen the sense of stillness and calm in the body. And to the degree that the attention can continue to rest with this experience of calm, still body, then the mind begins to calm and still as well. And rest. Cultivating the conditions, cultivating the ability, training ourselves. Be able to rest the heart mind, chitta. Nothing you need to do right now. Know where you have to be. There's no one you have to be. Simply resting the attention with the breath body, with the sensations of the breath body. The attention will wander off. It'll come back. You'll have that wake up moment. Just consciously relax the body. Relax your way right back into somatic connection with the breath body. It's right here waiting for you. Resting. And enjoying that rest. Feeling the pleasantness in the body and in the mind. Even just if for moments. Mind is not whirled about by inner or outer experience when it's simply resting in the present moment. In this case, with a given object, a selected object, the sensations of the breath body. Mm. It's actually refreshing to the body and the mind to be able to rest like that, even for moments. So, if you're going through your day, you don't have to get in a special position and close your eyes. You can take a couple breaths and just settle in. One can get quite settled and at ease in a breath or two. And it doesn't take time. So anytime you remember that, anytime you're mindful, you can do that. And it's refreshing. Just like sleeping at night is refreshing to the body. Resting in the present moment. Finding a way for the mind to not be embroiled and lost in experience and just come to rest with a suitable object, a wholesome object. Very refreshing. So I wish you many moments of that today. And in general, wish you well, a good day, and